Hello everyone, welcome to a new series on the channel. It's going to be Stardew Valley. This game's been out for a while now, so a lot of you probably know what's up. In case you don't, this is a farming management simulation game. Very similar to Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing, as far as I'm told. I've never actually played a Animal Crossing game, so I'm not sure how similar it really is. But hey, that's what people have been saying, so why not? Okay, anyway, what's going to happen during this run is it's going to be a Minmax run. So basically what's going to happen is favorite thing. Skip the intro. Favorite thing's going to be meat, because why not? Dog. Sure. Yeah. Let's go with that. Okay, anyway, the point of this playthrough is to min-max as much as humanly possible. I have actually played this game before. Already beaten it on my other playthrough, so or on a personal playthrough, so that's a little bit different. I have done a little bit to figure out how to do things. So I'm gonna start by clearing out a small area for our parsnips. But very early on in this game, the first thing you want to do is rush to the backpack upgrade, because I'm not sure if I'll run into it here, but you run out of space in your pack very, very quickly. So as you saw, there are some quests up. Those are the meet all the villagers quest and the grow parsnips quest. So that's something we can do passively as we go. We don't have to do it today. Let's clear some of this stuff out of the way. I'd like to leave this grass here. The reason being that down the line, when you actually get your silo and your farm ready to get animals, it's advantageous to have grass growing, and there's a lot of it on the farm the first year, but after that, once you start getting a lot of livestock, it starts getting a lot more difficult to maintain enough food. So that's gonna do that. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I actually forgot to do something. I think, let's see, show tool hit location. That's a pretty useful thing to have, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on. This way, I don't know if it really saves time or anything, but why not? Okay, so we have 15 parsnip seeds. We're going to plant them all. I mean, we do not have a scarecrow, so I'm expecting a little bit of loss. So let's refill that. Alright, we do have a mixed seed, so I'm just going to go ahead and plant that. Usually, later game, mixed seeds, I wouldn't put too much stock into using them. However, at this stage of the game, it's probably advantageous to use them, just because you need the money as fast as possible. So, as you saw, I sold a lot of the junk. The reason I did that was because you want as much money early on as possible. And that, if that means you have to sell some stuff, then you have to sell some stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back into town, and we're gonna go ahead and, well, pick that later. But we're gonna go ahead and go to the general store so I can buy a few more seeds. Check out the bulletin board. So, for those of you who don't know, villagers have birthdays. This calendar here is how you can figure out whose birthday is when. As well as special events for the season. So, right now, not a lot going on here. Don't have too much to worry about. There's also a help wanted board. You can pick up side quests here. Those are, at least by my experience, they're usually timed, so you'll have like 2 days to finish it. Okay, so I'm going to meet these people. Okay, and shopkeeper. Let's buy some stuff. Now, in the spring season, potatoes, at least early on, are your best bet as far as cost versus yield is. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy as many potatoes as I can, and we're going to go back and plant those. So early on, like you can see, getting started, that's our quest. We already met 5 people just by walking around going into the store, so the introduction thing, it'll happen as you go. I wouldn't waste time on rushing towards that straight off the bat like this. So, daffodil, got a leek. Anything else up here? No, not right now. Okay, so let's go back to the farm and start our potatoes. We have 10 potatoes. Let's do a little introductory patch here. It's not that vital, or I guess important, to arrange these very well right now. From what I've found playing through by myself, early on, your crop arrangement doesn't matter. Once you start getting the upgrades for the tools, it gets to be a little more important. So you'll start wanting to do these lines like this. I'm just doing them out of force of habit. But in reality, as long as you place them somewhat efficiently so you're not running around wasting time trying to water and harvest everything, and that's pretty good. So for today, I'm just going to use the rest of the energy to clean up the farm as much as possible. Pretty sure, yeah, so can't break these stumps, at least not until I get the axe upgrades, which won't happen for quite a while. So as of now, not that much to worry about. I'm gonna clear some of this out. Plant our 1 additional mixed seed. Alright, so that should do it for our farm, at least for today. Just gonna go ahead and break some rocks. Get some of this garbage out of the way first. Okay. And that's not something you should do. I just overdid it. Now I'm gonna suffer from exhaustion tomorrow, which means I'm gonna be short on energy, which is really bad. I was not paying attention. My microphone's actually in the way of that gauge there, so I should probably move that over a little bit. Sorry if that made any noise there. Okay, so that's enough for today. Now, farm's about as taken care of as it can be right now, so we can go out into town and start working on the introduction quest. Now, how this is going to work as a series, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go day by day. Depending on how long the days are, or how long the videos are running. I might do more than one, but as you start to progress a little bit, days start getting really long. So I'm probably just going to keep it to 1 day per episode. Okay. Talk to people, talk to people. Now, this early on, it's pretty hard to, oh, there we go, another daffodil. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, it can be a little bit difficult to, like, get a lot done, just because you don't have the inventory space. You're spending so much time clearing out the land because your farm's all overgrown. But yeah, a lot of the early game's gonna involve just going around doing as much as you can. Hopefully not exhausting yourself like I did. That's something you really should try to avoid. But yeah, generally the first couple of days, just get yourself acquainted with the town itself. Not a lot going on just because, you know, it's still early in the game. As much as possible, you do want to make sure you get as much done as you can in one day. Hey, Penny. Okay, so pretty sure that counts. Alex. Alright. Oh, more to say. Alright. Let's open up. Talk to Gus real quick. I got no money for food, so I'm not fixing the energy situation. Now, as far as food goes, I don't actually do. I've never actually really used it. Sometimes I think it's a good, but like this early on, as I said, like this backpack up here, that's what you want to go for. The extra inventory space really helps you speed things up. So you really don't want to lose that. Okay, community center is still locked. Can't quite do anything there yet. So I've talked to most of the people I can talk to right now. I don't have to do or worry about that too much. For the rest of the day, at least until it starts getting late, I'm just gonna go ahead and forage. See what I can pick up at the beach, over in the forest if I have time. And just get as much as possible to sell. I mean, early on, a lot of what you're going to be doing is stuff like this. Okay, so these things here? No, it's a book already. Okay, so those little patches where you see like these worms coming up are hidden items, basically. You can get anything from books like you just saw, or relics that you turn into the museum. Yep, so this we're gonna have to fix. 300 pieces of wood. I mean, by that logic, I probably shouldn't be selling my wood, but as I said, backpack is vitally important at this stage of the game. Alright, and I did kind of forget that I'm already exhausted, so I probably shouldn't be digging up too much of those worms, even though you saw another patch there. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and take a quick spin through the forest here and see if I can find any forageable goods. Oh, there's one right there. Dandelions. Okay, and one thing I didn't do when I started up, which I should have done, is go watch TV. Now, that'll help you get recipes so you can make different kinds of food. The fortune teller will basically give you a forecast. How lucky you are depends, or it's going to change your luck finding things out in the wild like this, and there's a couple of other things that I don't remember right off the top of my head here, but anyway, it's good to keep an eye on that just so you know what's going on for the day, and if it is a good idea to go out and forage like this, do it. I mean, it's usually a good idea anyway, just to get what you can get. However, later on in the game, it's going to play a little bit of a bigger role just because of the amount of time you have to budget to get what you want done during the day. Now, usually when I play this game, or any game in a similar vein to this, I am very farming oriented, if that makes any sense. Oh, jeez. Which means I focus a lot more on the farming than anything else. However, as you can see, like, there are a number of different areas you can level yourself in. So farming's not the only one. In my personal playthrough, I actually neglected to diversify myself when building the character levels. So, like, combat, mining, and I believe fishing were lower than everything else, and I did not actually finish the or complete leveling them all the way up before the technical game ended. So this time around, I'm gonna try and do a little bit better with that. And there are ways you can work with that. Okay, so it's 10 p.m. Getting a little bit late. I'm gonna go ahead and drop our sellable items in there and call it a day. First off, let's see what weather is tomorrow. Tomorrow's a rainy day, so we don't have to waste time watering crops. That's great. Spirits are in good humor, which is why we found a pretty decent haul of items. And yeah, there's also different TV shows going on over there, so you can see different things. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode right here. As soon as I sleep and get the point totals for the day. So 518 gold, not bad. We started at 500, so we basically made our money back through forging and others here, which you can see that as much as wood and stone isn't worth that much, it's something. And yeah, rushing towards that backpack, as I said for like the 5th time this video, is very important. So thank you very much for watching, and until next episode, we'll be going to the next day.